Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you a full string mapping tutorial. This video is for you if you are struggling with getting your brows symmetrical, or if your mapping is taking you a really long time, or if you just want to try a new way and enhance your current mapping method. I would recommend watching the video until the end because it is going to be full of tips and tricks on how to do string mapping just like this, and I'm going to be demonstrating each step on my model here. First, we're going to wipe with alcohol, and that's going to dry the skin so that the string can stick. And if you're going to be doing some form of permanent makeup, it's also going to help cleanse the skin. After we cleanse the skin, the first step in the mapping process is to find the center of their face. So you're going to take either a pre-colored string or one that you color with a China marker, and you're going to make it about 10 inches long, and you're going to find the center of their face. So I like to use literally splitting their face down the center, not just their nose, because nobody's nose is straight. So first you find that center line. Don't spend 20 minutes doing that. Mapping is just an estimate. So you want to make it close, but it doesn't need to be perfect. And then once you found that center line, you can move on to the next step. Now moving on to step 2, the next point that you're going to plot on your map is where they're going to begin. So by enter start, we mean how close to the nose are these brows going to begin. So you're going to make a vertical line at the point in which you want each brow to start. And that for most people is going to be somewhere around the spot where their inner corner of their eye meets their nose. So that could vary. It could come in a little closer or a little further out depending on what your goals are and what your client's goals are. But for most people, we're looking at that inner corner of the eye. Now already you can see the first shapes coming to fruition. So the first thing you can already compare before you move on is the space between the center line and the left and the right line. So that should be even. And if that's not even, that's your first indicator that your map is off, which is what's so great about the string method. You can see where you're making your mistakes during the process so that you don't have to wait until you set your client up and realize that your brows are different. Now, if you really want to be sure, you can use calipers like I'm doing here to triple check your measurements, although this is very optional and you should be able to just trust your eyes. Now, your next step in the process is to plot where you want your arch to be. So I'm going to typically use my string and make a V from the center of their nose to their arch, or where it looks like the arch might need to be. And then this is subjective, of course, because the angle could vary by the person. But when you use their nose, you're at least going to be plotting a point that matches their face. And then I'll always have my clients open their eyes just like she did there to see where the outer part of her iris is. So the colored part of the eye. The arch point should line up just on the edge of that. So somewhere around that outer point, and they'll typically be exactly the same. So those are the two ways that you're going to plot your client's arch. And again, this is not how high, how low, how thick. This is just how far over on the side of their face their arch is going to be. And again, you can use the optional step of using calipers to check your work and take a measurement there and see how far over you brought that arch. You can then keep your measurement in place, go over to the other eyebrow and lay down your calipers with that same measurement and mark with string or pencil where that point would be. And immediately right there, you know that you made the point from the start to the arch exactly the same on both sides. Now we're going to mark a vertical line at the point of the arch on that eyebrow. So we did take the calipers and make that measurement, but your other option is to not use calipers at all and just again use a V from their nose or found the outer part of the iris on that side of their face and make that vertical line. And since you're mapping to their face and eyeballs are the most symmetrical thing that typically exists on our face, you're going to be pretty much exactly the same on each side when you do that method. Now the next point in our mapping process for step 4, we're going to be plotting the tail endpoint. So this is how far down or how long your tail is going to be, the very end of the eyebrow. And for most people, we're going to take our string and we're going to find the outer corner of the eye and we're going to stretch the string up from the outer corner of the eye up to the eyebrow, and that's going to be where we end their tail. Now, you do want to be cautious in this point. You're going to need to use some judgment based on your consultation with your client. If they specifically asked you for a shorter tail, maybe you'll come in a little bit from the outer corner of their eye. If they ask for something really long, maybe a really dramatic arch, you may come down a little bit further. But in general, if you're just looking for a guide, just use the outer corner of their eye. And again, optional step here to take your calipers and measure the arch to tail endpoint on the one eyebrow and come on over, bring that measurement and lay it down and make a pencil marking right at that step. If you don't have calipers or if you just want to do an extra step, you can take your string, mark the outer corner of the eye, and again, lay down that vertical line. Great, so now this is the base of your map. So this is where you've plotted your points. We haven't even begun to make eyebrows yet. We're now to the point where we need to create one eyebrow, and then from there we can make them the same. But at least at this point of the process, you'll know that your two brows have the same start points, arch points, and end points, and they can't become unsymmetrical once you start drawing at this point. So you're in good shape already. Great, so now we're gonna move on to step 5, and we're gonna create our first eyebrow. From here, it's just a matter of connecting our points. So we're gonna connect the bottom front to the bottom arch, the top front to the top arch, and then we'll go to our bottom arch and connect the bottom tail and the top arch to the top tail. So you're basically just gonna complete a box with 4 sides. So now that I have one perfect eyebrow, I'm gonna try to make the other brow just like it. So I'm gonna take my string and make a horizontal line across the top and the bottom of the start of the finished eyebrow so that I can make sure my new eyebrow is exactly the same on the other side. Now right away, when I do this on the top and the bottom, we'll immediately see that we've created 2 new shapes, and they're little rectangles or squares in the center of the brow. Now by checking those, we can immediately tell if those are the same. If they're the same, or at least really close, we know our brows are perfect. If they're off, then we need to make an adjustment to the lines, and then our brows will be the exact same shape in the front. Our next step is going to be to figure out how high to make the top arch on the second brow. So I'm going to take my string and place it on the existing arch and try to make a straight line as straight as possible from one arch all the way to the other brow until I reach the arch plot point that I made earlier. Once I have that, I'll immediately look at my string and see if it looks straight. That's the nice thing about the string. If it's crooked, you'll be able to tell right away. And then once I've confirmed that it's straight, I'm going to look at those 2 new shapes we've created now, which are the 2 tiny rectangles on top here. If those 2 rectangles look the same, then we're in good shape. If not, I need to adjust. Next, I'm going to connect the start to the arch on my second eyebrow. Now for my next step, I'm going to take my string on the finished arch. I'm going to pull that all the way across to make a straight line to my new brow to make sure that they're nice and even. And then I'm going to mark that. And then I'm going to connect the bottom start of my new brow to the arch, that point that I just plotted. Now you'll notice I'm using a pencil now because I really wanted to show you guys how you could do this with pencil as well. And then for our next point, we're going to go ahead and find the bottom tail. And we're going to figure out by making a straight line all the way across where the tail on the other side should stop. Now at this point in the process, your map should be done. You're just triple checking to make sure your brows look even and your shapes look even, and then you should be all set. Now that they look perfect to us, we're gonna go ahead and remove the entire map, just leaving the outline that we're gonna be using for our permanent makeup, or if you were gonna use this for waxing. But I would recommend removing all of that before you show your client to get their feedback or approval, just because it looks a little bit scary and you don't wanna scare your clients away. Thanks for watching, and if you need more help with mapping your business, everything permanent makeup, don't forget we do have a private membership group called The Alliance on our website at www.pmucoach.com. See you guys next time.